Hello everyone and welcome to another chat application course. In this video we're going to complete authentication system to simply start using chat application based on authenticated user. So I'm going to start with creating a JS file for app toolbar. I'm going to store every function here in another JS file. App toolbar methods export default. Let's move this to here, and then I'm going to import this file. Let's copy and eventually in methods I'm going to import this. Let's reload. Everything is currently just like before, so let's check. Great, function is working. Now I'm going to start with completing this function. So for this function, first I need to set btn loading to true, and then I'm going to call the root related to login or register based on login property. So we're going to check in case login is true, we're going to call login, and in case it's not, we're going to call register. We also need to pass user form, and then in case we've got success response, we're going to set user information to local storage. Dispatch. We're going to create a new action in minutes. I'm going to call this set user, and we're going to pass data from response. And then in case we've got success action, we're going to simply set this menu to false, and we're also going to set this btn loading to false. Let's copy this and let's add catch, and this should be fine for now. So let's also console log error. I'm going to keep this very simple. As I stated in project preview, I'm trying to simply keep our authentication or anything which is already in YouTube or any other websites in our application very simple, to just reach to the main object, which is simply creating the chat application or private or group chat application for this course, and simply add more features to this application. So we've got this login and register. Now we need to add some basic setup for our Axios, since this one is going to call login or register, and the URL should be something like that. But in this case we need to add also API and auth to our root. So here let's check our API, and here as you can see I've got this prefix. I'm going to remove this for now, and then in Bootstrap I'm going to set the base URL for Axios, defaults base URL, and in this case I don't need to add API /API/ to all API endpoints links. We need to also import a store from a store. We need to also pass authorization header anytime we're sending a new request to simply check in case user is logged in. We're going to do something based on their authentication status. So let Vuex token, and here we're going to get access token from user. Let me check our authentication or auth controller. So here, there it is. We're going to check in case access token is exist. We're going to set Vuex token to access token, and in case it's not, we're going to set this to null. Let Jwt token mirror Vuex token. Now we need to apply this defaults, headers, common authorization, Jwt token. So everything looks good for now. This is also a basic setup, so we're done with this for now. Everything looks pretty much fine. Let's give it a try. Reload. Let's try with registering. Hey, copy and paste, register. There's an error, wrong number of segments, token invalid exception. So this should be a problem related to allowing the URLs or routes which we are calling here. So we are only allowing login, and we can simply add register to this array. Now if we try to register again, we're getting this error, unauthorized. Here, as you can see, we're creating a new user, and eventually based on the detail we're going to log in user. So let's check our database and users. Here, as you can see, new item is inserted, but the problem is actually from password. It's not encrypted, and there are multiple ways to encrypt this item, which I'm going to use a very simple method, which this should be actually a basic thing about Laravel, which you should already know. We're going to get any change related to password field, and eventually apply our modifications to final result for value. Decrypt value. Great. Now let's try again. I'm going to delete this item and register, and this time, as you can see, I got my access token, email expires, ID, and here if we check, as you can see, my password is also encrypted. Now let's try to log in. Let's delete everything from here, and let's reload, paste and log in. Let's check. So everything is working. Now we've got this error which is related to our store. We're going to start with adding our actions. So we've got this set user, init commit, and user detail, and we're going to call set user. Let's create this mutation, init the state and user. We're going to set logged in to true and update user in our estates. Let's try again, copy, and let's reload. Update. As you can see, I've got success response, and if we check our Vuex, logged in is true, user is here, and this time, as you can see, I've got user information encrypted in my application. Let's reload. User is logged in. Great. Let's see what we've got here. We can test this one, so let's check this. Methods. Let's actually add this directly in created. Let's copy this from here actually, and this should be post. Great. And we're going to call me here. Let's reload. As you can see, I'm getting success response, and token is passing correctly to my server. Actually, everything looks great. Now let's remove this, and this should be fine for this video. And in next video we're going to start with adding more layouts for conversation and friends, and simply start to developing main object of our course, which it is application chat application course.